Daily Habits to Start Winning. Chapter 1. Why Most People Never Win. Most people never win, not because they lack talent, intelligence, or potential, but because they lack habits that pull them forward every single day. Winning is not a moment. It is not luck. It is not destiny. Winning is a consequence, a byproduct, a result of invisible routines repeated consistently long before anyone sees proof. Your life, right now, is the sum of your habits. Not your dreams, not your intentions, not your knowledge, your habits. If you feel stuck, lost, overwhelmed, inconsistent, tired, frustrated, or disappointed in your life, it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because the set of habits running your life aren't designed to help you win. In this audiobook, you will learn the habits that transform ordinary people into winners. Habits that train your mind, strengthen your discipline, sharpen your focus, and pull your life upward. Habits that create momentum, clarity, resilience, and direction. Habits that rewire your identity and turn you into someone who expects to win. Winning becomes automatic when your habits make it impossible for you to lose. This is your turning point. This is your shift. This is your breakthrough. Today, you begin becoming the person who wins. Chapter 2. The Habit of Self-Respect. Every winning habit begins with one thing: self-respect. Self-respect is not confidence. It is not ego. It is not pride. Self-respect is treating your future self like someone who matters. It is choosing actions today that benefit you tomorrow. It is refusing to tolerate behaviors that keep you small, weak, or limited. When you respect yourself even slightly, your decisions change. You eat better. You train your mind. You enforce boundaries. You eliminate distractions. You stop living for validation and start living for elevation. Self-respect is the root habit. Without it, no other habit sticks. With it, everything becomes easier. Winners do not have superhuman discipline. They have high self-respect. When you respect yourself, you no longer betray yourself. You no longer break promises to yourself. You no longer lie to yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. Start winning internally, and the external wins follow. Chapter 3. The Habit of Extreme Clarity. Most people are exhausted not because they do too much, but because they are unclear about what they want. Clarity saves energy. Clarity activates focus. Clarity creates direction. Clarity gives your mind a target. A mind without a target attacks itself. To win, you must develop the habit of clarity. Every morning, ask yourself, what is one thing I can accomplish today that will make me proud tonight? Not 10 things. Not a long list. One thing. Winning is not overwhelming. Winning is accumulated clarity, executed one day at a time. You do not need a perfect life plan. You need one clear move each day. That's how momentum begins. And momentum is the foundation of winning. Chapter 4. The Habit of Morning Dominance. Your morning sets the tone for your life. If you start your day in chaos, you live your life in chaos. If you start your day with intention, you live your life with intention. Winning mornings produce winning lives. Here is the truth most people ignore. Your morning routine does not need to be long. It just needs to be intentional. 3 simple steps. Wake up before the world demands anything from you. Even 15 minutes earlier gives you power. Do one action that improves your mind or body. Read, journal, stretch, walk, breathe. Something small that signals, I am in control. Identify your one victory for the day. Set your target before distractions enter your world. That's it. A morning routine is about priming your identity, not checking boxes. You are telling yourself every day, I am someone who leads my life, not someone who reacts to it. That is the habit of winners. Chapter 5. The Habit of Consistent Execution. Everyone wants results. Almost no one sticks with the behaviors that produce them. The world is full of people who start strong and disappear. People who get excited for a few days and then quit. People who rely on motivation instead of commitment. Winners are different. Winners understand a secret. Consistency beats intensity. Doing something small every day is more powerful than doing something huge once in a while. You don't need to change your entire life today. You just need to win today. Then win tomorrow. Then win the next day. Small wins stack into unstoppable momentum. Momentum becomes identity. Identity becomes destiny. Consistency is the most underrated superpower in the world. Anyone can be consistent for one day. Few can be consistent for 1 month. But the ones who are consistent for 1 year, they become unrecognizable. Your future belongs to your consistency. Chapter 6. The Habit of Mental Fortitude. Winning requires a mind that can withstand pressure. Pressure from life, pressure from doubt, pressure from fear, pressure from failure, pressure from other people. Mental strength isn't something you're born with. It's a habit built through discomfort. Every time you face something uncomfortable and do it anyway, you grow. Every time you push through resistance, you grow. Every time you complete something you didn't feel like doing, you grow. Discipline produces confidence. Confidence produces action. Action produces results. Results reinforce discipline. This is how mental fortitude becomes a self-feeding cycle. Your mind is not a cage. Your mind is a tool. Train it daily. Chapter 7. The Habit of Silence and Stillness. Nothing destroys clarity faster than noise. Noise from social media. Noise from opinions. Noise from notifications. Noise from comparing yourself to others. Noise from the pressure to perform or impress. Winning demands silence. Not permanent silence, strategic silence. Every day, take 2 minutes. Just 2. Sit in silence. No phone, no talking, no stimulation. This resets your mind the same way restarting a computer clears the system. When your mind is quiet, wisdom rises. Solutions appear. Ideas form. Emotion settles. Stillness is not laziness. Stillness is power. Chapter 8. The Habit of Environment Control. Your environment shapes your habits more than your willpower does. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will become negative. If you surround yourself with laziness, you will become lazy. If you surround yourself with chaos, your life becomes chaotic. Winners engineer their environment. They remove distractions. They organize their space. They create a physical world that supports a mental world of success. You cannot win in an environment that makes losing easy. Change your environment, and your habits will follow. Chapter 9. The Habit of Purposeful Input. What you consume, you become. If you consume garbage, you will think garbage. If you consume fear, you will feel fear. If you consume wisdom, your mind becomes wise. If you consume strength, your spirit becomes strong. Winners are extremely selective with what enters their mind. They guard their attention like their life depends on it, because it does. Your input creates your output. Your output creates your life. Choose wisely. Chapter 10. The Habit of Showing Up Anyway. You will not always feel motivated. You will not always feel strong. You will not always feel ready. You will not always feel confident. But winners show up anyway, because winning is not based on emotion. Winning is based on commitment. The habit of showing up when you don't want to is the habit that separates champions from everyone else. This is how you build a life that others envy but only you understand. Show up anyway. Show up tired. Show up uncertain. Show up imperfect. Show up scared. Just show up, and your life will change. Chapter 11. The Habit of Long-Term Vision. You must cultivate the ability to think beyond today. Not because today isn't important, but because your future self is begging you to protect it. Most people lose because they only see the next 24 hours. Winners see the next 24 months. Every decision you make is a seed. Plant wisely. Winning habits serve your future self. Losing habits betray your future self. Live today in a way that makes your tomorrow grateful. Chapter 12. The Habit of Relentless Improvement. Winners are never done, never complete, never satisfied with stagnation. Improvement is their oxygen, not perfection, not obsession. Improvement. The habit of improvement is simple. Every day, ask yourself, how can I be 1% better than yesterday? 1% per day doesn't sound like much, but in 1 year, it becomes transformation. In 5 years, it becomes mastery. In 10 years, it becomes a life unrecognizable to your past self. Winning is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming the fullest, strongest version of who you already are. Chapter 13. The Habit of Protecting Your Energy. Winning requires energy, mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy, spiritual energy. If your energy is drained, your potential is drained. Protect your energy by saying no more often, walking away from people who drain you, guarding your time, prioritizing rest, creating boundaries, removing guilt from self-care, reducing emotional clutter. Your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. When you feel energized, you win effortlessly. When you feel depleted, everything becomes a struggle. Energy management is life management. Chapter 14. The Habit of Strong Identity. Your habits follow your identity. Your actions follow your beliefs. Your results follow your standards. To win, you must upgrade the identity you live from. Instead of saying, I want to be disciplined, say, I am disciplined. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, say, I am becoming successful. Your identity becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you are someone who wins, you will act like someone who wins, and your behavior will produce evidence that reinforces that belief. Identity, habits, results, belief, identity. This is how transformation becomes permanent. Chapter 15. The habit of never letting yourself slip for too long. Mistakes do not destroy you. Quitting does. Falling off track does not matter. Staying off track does. Winners have one habit that separates them completely from everyone else. They never let themselves drift for too long. They catch themselves quickly. They course correct quickly. They forgive themselves quickly. They return to their habits quickly. Most people take one bad day and turn it into a bad week, then a bad month, then a bad year. Winners reverse the slip immediately. That's the habit. Get back up. Return to your standards. Reset fast. Chapter 16. The Habit of Building Winning Systems. Goals are not enough. You must build systems. Systems create consistency. Consistency creates outcomes. Outcomes create identity. A system is simply a repeatable process that guarantees progress. Examples: a morning routine, a weekly planning session, daily learning, daily physical movement, time-blocked work sessions, weekly review of goals, nightly reflection. Systems automate success. When you have systems, winning becomes predictable. Chapter 17. The habit of eliminating the unnecessary. Winning is not about doing more. It is about removing what stands in the way. Remove distractions, excuses, toxic people, overcommitment, bad environments, clutter, negative self-talk, time-wasting habits. Subtraction is a success strategy. When you eliminate what slows you down, your natural power emerges. You already have what you need. You're just buried under habits that don't belong to the person you're becoming. Remove the unnecessary, and winning becomes effortless. Chapter 18. The Habit of Taking Responsibility. Winners take responsibility for their life. Not blame, not guilt, not shame. Responsibility. Responsibility means, I have the power to change this. Responsibility means you are not waiting for permission. Responsibility means you are not powerless. Responsibility means your life belongs to you. The moment you accept responsibility is the moment you gain control. And control is the foundation of winning. Chapter 19. The Habit of Raising Your Standards. Your standards shape your life more than your goals do. Goals are what you want. Standards are what you refuse to accept. When you raise your standards, your habits change, your actions change, your environment changes, your mindset changes, your relationships change. Raising your standards forces your life to level up. Winners do not tolerate weak effort, neglecting their potential, living below their capabilities, excuses inconsistency, low energy days, negativity, disrespect. Raise your standards. Your life will rise with them. Chapter 20. The habit of becoming unrecognizable. The final habit of winners is transformation. Winners reinvent themselves regularly, not because they are lost, but because they are growing. You are not meant to stay the same. You are meant to evolve, to expand, to shift, to rise, to become someone your old self would barely recognize. The habit of transformation is simple. Every day, do something your future self will thank you for, something small, something meaningful, something aligned. Winning is not an event. Winning is a lifestyle built from habits, and those habits begin today. Final chapter, your daily breakthrough. You are one set of habits away from a completely different life, a life of clarity, a life of strength, a life of purpose, a life of discipline, a life of confidence, a life of momentum, a life of victories, a life of breakthroughs. The habits you choose today will become the results you live tomorrow. Start small, be consistent, respect yourself, protect your mind, design your environment, raise your standards, show up daily, become the person who wins. Winning is no longer something other people do. Winning is something you do now. Your habits are becoming the habits of a champion. Your identity is becoming the identity of a winner. Your life is shifting into the life you were meant to live. This is your breakthrough, and it starts today.